M&A activity pressured over the past year, thanks in part to more skepticism from the Biden administration. The Department of Justice got a win when a federal judge blocked Penguin Random House's takeover of Simon & Schuster. On the other side, the DOJ ran into problems trying to block United Health's acquisition of Change Healthcare. Among other cases currently in focus, JetBlue's bid to buy Spirit Airlines, and of course, Google, and there's potential for Apple, and so much more. Joining us right now to talk about the state of antitrust scrutiny in the United States, Jonathan Kanter is here. He's the Assistant Attorney General for the Antitrust Division at the U.S. Department of Justice. This is his first broadcast interview since taking on that role, and we very much appreciate him being at this table because so many of our viewers are trying to understand how your administration and everything that you're doing may impact them. So thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a real pleasure and an honor to be here with you.
In addition, of course, as being antitrust being one of my favorite topics in life. Help us just understand how you're thinking about this, because I think a lot of the business community today looks at you and says, oh, my goodness, this is a very aggressive, very different Department of Justice. And in fact, some would even go so far as to say that you and the FTC and others are pushing the law or trying to push the law in ways that are not even intended.
So first, let me start by saying that, we started this process with the wind in our sails. We have a president of the United States who issued an executive order that promotes competition and competition policy throughout the economy and throughout the government. I have the honor of working for an attorney general that is himself a brilliant antitrust lawyer and believes in reinvigorating antitrust enforcement. So when it comes to enforcing the antitrust law, we are a law enforcement agency. We follow the facts and the law wherever it takes us. And we believe that the antitrust laws exist to promote a competitive, resilient economy. And that rising tide lifts all boats.
Let me ask you about this. Last year, the New York Times started a piece with the following quote: President Biden's antitrust regulators have adopted a mantra. In order to win, they need to be willing to lose. Is that right?
So we bring every case because we believe we can win. We follow the facts and the law, and we bring cases that we believe are right on the law and right on the facts.
But the reason I say that is you're not only you will not only bring a case that you think you're absolutely as a slam dunk win.
He said they bring every case. I take him at his word. If you're trying to get together, you're going to bring a case. That's what it looks like now. Well, you just said that.
Yeah. No, I say what I said is that we follow the facts and the law. If a merger is anti-competitive, if it harms competition, it meets the standards of the Clayton Act, then we will consider bringing a case.
There's Europe out here, and it almost looks like it's not about consumers. It's almost about employees. It's almost like buggy whip companies can't be put out of business. It can't anything that would harm anachronistic industries. You can't even rationalize those businesses because there's big job losses. Is it still about customers here? Because a lot of times we see things against tech where the customers have never been damaged. They've never done better. It's never been cheaper. And yet these two companies can't get together because you're worried about a competitor being put out of this.
Well, it's about competition. Congress enacted the antitrust laws based on a value judgment that competition is good for society. Competition is good for consumers and lower prices. Competition is good for entrepreneurs in terms of access to capital, access to markets to compete with innovations. Competition is good for workers and their ability to earn a better wage.
Do you think Europe has a different system, though? And sometimes I think it actually hurts competition by keeping competitors that aren't competitive in business because of worry about the economic effects of job losses, et cetera.
I work at the U.S. Department of Justice, and my mission is alongside my colleagues at the DOJ to enforce U.S. law, and that's where my focus is.
Okay, let me make it more complicated. We are in the midst of a banking crisis in America, and you have just seen some of the smaller banks get merged up with some of the bigger banks, the J.P. Morgans of the world. Some people would say you need to do that for safety and soundness. I would think that in the world of antitrust regulation, you would have to look at that and say, you know what, I don't like that. But how do you weigh and balance those two different ideas?
So the beauty of law enforcement is that it's fact-intensive, it's deal-intensive. We look at every deal on its merits. We apply the law as it's written. And then we evaluate whether there is a substantial lessening of competition such that we have to go to court to challenge the deal. It's worth noting that the vast majority of deals don't get challenged. We get thousands of filings every year. Only a small fraction get investigations, and even a smaller fraction actually result in court challenges.
Right. But how do you think about markets these days? Because the other piece of this is, it used to be that you'd think of the media market, for example, as, the 3 or 5 different networks, and that was it. Right. Today, you'd have to say that Apple's there and Amazon's there, and you can go down the list, and all of a sudden it looks like this, uniquely fractured market, and yet I think there's a lot of media companies that would say, I don't know if I can actually merge with somebody else because of the way the Department of Justice could think about it.
So competition plays out across a wide range of dimensions, and our job is to make sure we understand those dimensions, whether it's price for subscribers or advertising costs for advertisers, the ability of programmers to get funding to develop their programming. There are a wide range of considerations that go into antitrust enforcement, and we have to look at the facts of each specific market on its own merit.